Hi, welcome back to It's Whatever, right? I'm your host Jen, and welcome back to this week's episode. Um, Make sure you guys have, if you're new to the show, make sure that you guys subscribe and hit the like button. This week's episode is going to be about um recurring nightmares that I have. I told you guys one nightmare that I had in a previous um, podcast, the haunted mansion, um, which I ended up writing about and putting up on my vocal account. But I figured, since we're here, um, that I would tell you guys about the other recurring nightmares that I have. And I actually have a new nightmare now, which is strange because usually it's always like the same nightmares. The one being the haunted mansion one, which like I said, I already told you about. Then there's another reoccurring nightmare. Basically, it's I went to this school in elementary. I went to like two elementary schools, but it's usually always like in the one elementary school. I went to Memorial, um, and in the store, in like the dream, it's weird. Um, like there's no like place setting or anything, like any like plot to it. It's basically I'm in the dream and like in the school, and we have to go somewhere, and I can like never get to it, like to this place in the school. And there's me and like two other people, and we are basically have to go down into the basement to get to the vent system, and we have to like we end up wandering through the vent system. And in the dream I always get like this feeling that somebody is chasing us, so we have to like try and get to this. There's one special spot in the school that you can't get to. Like you can see it from like the outside of the building, but the only way to get to the spot is basically going down into the basement and then going up through the vent system, and it's like a giant fucking maze that you have to like practically like army crawl through the vents at some points. And when you're in the vents, you just get like this awful feeling that like somebody's watching you and like chasing you throughout the vent system. And in the dream, it feels like hours upon hours upon hours, and you meet like other people who have like was able to get up to like that one spot, because like the spot's so cool. Like I don't even know what the spot is because like I can like never get there. I mean, like the couple people that I'm with in the dream, we like literally never get there. So it's like so fucking creepy, and it's like kind of like frustrating. We always end up for some reason back where we started, which is fucking weird, isn't it? And then like yeah, that's basically that dream. There's another kind of creepy dream. It's not, I don't know if it's like creepy or anything, but I think it's kind of weird and creepy. But where I live, we usually, I don't know if it'll happen this year because of fucking COVID, but normally we have like festivals going on at our park at Gage Park. Um Festival of Friends. It's usually that one. This dream happens at well, a little bit of backstory. Like before I get like into the nightmare. When I was a kid, my mom used to take my brother and I to the festival. And we always stopped at the one little tent where they just sold lollipops and suckers and stuff. So my mom always stopped there for us, and we always got like a ton of like lollipops, which was like fantastic and so good. But anyways, and we used to have this black lab. Um, Her name was Jinx, and I don't think she really came with us to the festivals, but anyways, so I'm also into Harry Potter. So if any of you like read Harry Potter or at least like seen Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban, where Harry's uncle, Sirius Black, you know how like he turns into a werewolf, like a dog, but in yeah, so basically that, where that's like kind of like the feeling I get in my dream. It's like a Prisoner of Azkaban kind of like feeling, I guess. Like that's kind of like the best way to describe it. But anyways, this dream started when I was like in the third grade, ish, third or fourth grade. Well, my third grade teacher used to read us Harry Potter in the like yeah, in the third grade, we used to listen to our teacher read Harry Potter, and that's like where my obsession of Harry Potter started. But anyways, back to my story. So, um, in the dream, I would have this dream where my mom it would be me, my mom, and my brother. We would be at the festival, and we would take our dog Jinx to like through the festival, and then all of a sudden, it kind of got like dark and gloomy. Even though it was like sunny outside, and my mom and my brother disappeared. Um, and there's this tent, like the lollipop tent, where Jinx, my dog, would be in there in the tent, and like that's like the most darkest tent on like the planet for some reason, and she would be in there, and everybody would be afraid like of this tent, and she would be in there, like people would go into this tent and would disappear, and you would go up there and you can like hear like the growling and like the barking of the tent, like from the dog in the tent, and like as you get closer and closer you can like start to see the outline and the facial features of the dog. And it was like so creepy, and like I'd be like looking around for my mom, and like I would not see her, and be like, mom, mom, and you would like never see her. Like it's like she like disappeared, and like for some reason my brother was gone too. And then when you like stop and look around in the surroundings, everything was gone. Like you can see the tents, but it's like you could feel like the presence of other people. Like other people were in the festival, but you can like hear like distant screaming and stuff, and people running away, and like chitter chatter in the background of the people. But you like you get the feeling that there are people there, but there was nobody there. Like you're the only one in the park, and it's so creepy. And that's like basically where like how the dream goes. It's kind of weird and kind of like creepy, like a creepy vibe kind of aspect. So that's the third recurring dream. I'm just gonna like tell you about like the first recurring dream, like the haunted mansion, but I did mention it in a different podcast. Um, but basically, in that dream, it's always the same. I would be walking through this long dark dining room, and being like it's like a you're almost like a tourist, and you are following this maid, and the butler, and they have a lantern, and there's like a couple of people behind you, but you don't really like see anything. And you get to this door at the end of the table, like the other side of the room, and it opens, and you get into what it feels like an in-law suite kind of aspect. And when you get there, there's this big open concept, and off like when you get into the room, so off to the left, there's a door there, and then when you look straight ahead, like the wall comes out a little bit and then kind of like curves to make like another little hallway, right? Like another little wall, and on that wall, there's another door that goes down to the basement, and then there's like a couple of steps. It's like yeah, a couple of steps, and then like a platform almost. And then there's another door. Um, I'm assuming like the first door, the second door, sorry, that's like I said is the basement. I'm assuming it's the basement, but in like the dream, it's always closed. Um, I think I'll get to the part in a second, but the last time I had the dream, the door was open. But I always assumed that the door was just the basement, right? You kind of get that feeling. But the door that like mostly matters is the door that you go up to a couple steps up to the platform. That door, for some reason, in my dream, is always so suspicious to me. Where, like, in the dream, I'm always looking at the door, like, wondering what's on the other side. I'm assuming it goes up to, like, another floor or something, or, like, the attic. But I don't know. Which is weird because it's in the dream, I have like the impression that it's my house. That like I own this mansion and it's like an in-law suite. But in the dream, I am cleaning the in-law suite, and the butler and the maid are just like standing there. They don't really talk. I don't think they talk at all. But I'm cleaning this room, this part, and there's people coming through like the front door of the in-law suite. The people's faces always change. I don't like remember much like their faces. They're kind of like you don't really see their facial features, but then again, I'm also so content on the door. This one door where I'm always like cleaning it, the room and stuff, and I want like every time I get like a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and the butler, it's like he's screaming into like this, he's screaming at me, but you never really get to hear what he's saying, and it's like so muffled. um but the last time I got to the door, I actually was able to open a little bit, but I never really got to see inside before he like screamed at me, and I vanished up to like back into the mansion, and I'm on like in my bedroom, and like there's nuns and nurses who are all hovering around me, and I'm like trying so hard to get away, but they're like fighting me and restraining me into the bed. And I finally get out into the hallway, and they like look at me like I'm not even, they don't even see me anymore, because like I made it into the hallway, and it's like I went invisible or something to them. And it's like this long hallway, and on each side has to, including the room that I was in, there has to be at least 10 rooms on each side. Like plus like the bathrooms and stuff and closets. But yeah, the dream is like it recurs all of the time. And those are like the, is it like 1, 2, 3 recurring dreams I always have? And I had like this new dream. It's kind of weird. But it had happened the other night. It's like Okay, hold on. I'm gonna like look up the movie quick. The movie is called The Unborn, and it literally felt like I was in the movie. Well, basically, in the nightmare, it was like so creepy. Um, where I was at this elderly's home and like for a visit or something, and she was starting to get like really aggressive and really mean, so I walked off. The dream started in her house, and I went up to the bathroom because I had to tinkle. And then suddenly I was like in my parents' old house. Like I had used their bathroom and I came out, standing at the top of the stairs because like there's the bathroom and you walk out. There's like three bedrooms on your right, and then like the stairs are right in front of you. I sorry. I was standing at the top of the stairs, and you see this lady. Um, she's magically standing on her own, like with no walker, no wheelchair, mind you. She's 100, and she's just standing there without her walker, no wheelchair, no nothing. Her daughter's not there, it's just herself. Then suddenly, like a scene out of The Unborn, like out of a fucking horror movie, she basically gets down on her hands and her feet, like all like dementedly, and is like her head turns, like it literally spins. Like if you like take a doll and you turn the head around, yeah, dude, it was fucking creepy. And it starts like moving super fast up the stairs, and of course in a fucking nightmare, I'm like literally mortified. And like she finally gets up to the top of the stairs and is standing back up normal, like off to like to the right of me, and she's like gnawing and growling like a fucking chihuahua and a puppy at my fucking arm. Like what the fuck is that? So then I'm like trying to shake her off, and then she's not getting off my arm. So I ended up like fucking drop kicking the fucking bitch down the stairs. I dropped kicked her down the fucking stairs because fuck that. And I went to go motion to run down the stairs, and then suddenly I'm back in like the client, like the person's, this fucking old lady's fucking dining room, like the kitchen area. And I'm like telling her daughter that like, yo bro, your mom just wanna fucking cray cray, and her daughter's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, no. And as we're like talking about it, the fucking crazy lady is now standing at the doorway, just standing there. She's literally standing there like a scene out of The Grudge. Like, legit. This fucking lady is now standing at the fucking doorway in like like in the doorway, like the fucking Grudge, bro. Like, what the fuck? So then, like, we both, like, the daughter and I look at each other, and then I could not be any more fucking happy for this, for my fucking alarm clock to go off for me to get up for work. I could not be any more happy to go to fucking work in my life. Like, legit. I was so thankful that I had to get up and go to fucking work, because I was not about to find out what happened next, because fuck that shit, because no. No, no, no. Where like in like The Grudge and The Unborn, fuck that shit. I love my like scary horror movies and like paranormal shit, but no, fuck that. Yeah. So those are like the three recurring dreams that I usually have, but now I have a new one. I really hope that one does not come back, because what the actual fuck? But if you guys listening. If you're listening this on YouTube, if you can comment down below and somebody can tell me the meaning of these dreams, that would be fucking fantastic. But yeah, I'm always down for comments, and I do read your comments and discussions. I'm always down for those. If you guys have any like topics you guys want to share or want to hear about in the future, you guys can comment down below. If you're new, please subscribe, hit the like button, and don't forget to share so everybody else can share the same experience as you, or don't. It's whatever, I don't really care. But anyways, I will see you next week. Bye.